Hello, you're Morgan Jones, currently working as a postdoc at the LMTG in Toulouse, France.
Yes.
Can you please tell us where you come from and what is your educational background?
Okay, I grew up in London and I went to university in Edinburgh to do geology. I did my PhD in Bristol on volcanology, and then I did a postdoc in Southampton on the weathering of volcanic islands, and now I'm doing the postdoc here in France.
Wow.
So this is my second postdoc now.
Wow. So how did you become interested in geochemistry in the first place?
By accident. For my PhD, initially it started on modelling and physics, and there were a couple of questions that I wanted answers to, and it became clear towards the end of the PhD that the only way I could get those answers was to do some chemistry. So I sought some help of some people in Iceland, and yeah, I've just been gradually pulled into the area of geochemistry.
Wow. So how did you get to find your current position? This is your second postdoc you mentioned, and what is your main research area here at the moment? So
I found this position through the contacts that I'd made during my PhD, and this current position's a little stranger than normal, because it was actually someone else that left the position. So there was a year's worth of funding which my current supervisor needed to find someone to finish the work, and it coincided with me finishing my last postdoc and was busy writing proposals for another one, so it made a perfect bridge to do. And the stuff that I'm working on at the moment is looking at riverine suspended material and how important that is for various biogeochemical cycles, in particular neodymium and strontium, what the role of these riverine suspended materials has on bringing these elements to the oceans. Okay, great. So what is your next step then? Where do you go next? Then, I go to Iceland in January. I wrote and successfully got a Marie Curie individual fellowship to work in Iceland with Sigurður Gíslason. So from January 2011 till December 2012, I'll be up north.
Wow. Any idea for after that?
Not yet, no.
Not yet. Yeah.
2.5 years is quite a long way away.
All right. Okay. What would you say is the most useful advice you've ever received, or maybe which scientist did influence you the most in your scientific career?
I received some good advice at the end of my PhD, but that was for finishing the PhD. It was just, which was effectively just get it done. Stop worrying about stop worrying about all the things that you can see holes in, and just get something in. And in terms of people that have affected me the most, I think my original PhD supervisor was a real godsend. His name's Steve Sparks. He's a joy to work with, and I think everyone that comes in contact with him feels better for it. He's a real gentleman.
Great. So would you have any advice for new PhD students?
Yes, I think there's two very important things if you're going to, or thinking about starting a PhD. You have to love what you do, because if you don't love what you do, after 3 years you're going to hate what you do. And it's also very important to find a supervisor you can work with. There's numerous cases of friends of mine that didn't get on with their supervisors, and it makes it a lot more difficult. So if you find a subject you love with a supervisor you like, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's very wise advice. Thank you, Morgan. Thanks so much for your time.
You're welcome.